source for audio output capture. Try and talk real quick, buddy.
All right. Hello.
We're gold.
All right.
Hello, YouTube. Joining me is my friend Joshua. What's your username, buddy?
Keeper the Brony. Yeah.
So, we're both here Christians, and we understand that not everyone is willing to really take that seriously, which is only a bummer because in reality people just don't know what they're missing out on the truth of here.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, one of the things that has always repeated to me is how much, ever since I became a Christian, how much I'm seeing biblical themes now in fiction
Yeah.
or in secular media in general. And due to that, I feel like I've been having this put on my heart for a while now. The likes of what is now going to be titled Secular Media Breakdown. And this is our first secular media breakdown. And thing is, me and Josh here are both a huge amount of nerds. We both like
Mhm.
Kingdom Hearts, we both like Final Fantasy, or, just Square Enix games.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never played Final Fantasy, like I said, but
uh,
I do.
I might need to get
I
you Final
do.
Fantasy VII then,
Yeah.
buddy. Fuck.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
do forgive any cussing because I, I was raised with a bit of a mouth, admittedly, and I and in reality though, here I always thought there was something strange to fiction in the first place. That there was something underlining about fiction and what was actually going on here that I just didn't realize till I became a Christian, and I actually now can finally, well, see that there is a underlining truth here, and that is the biblical truth. Thing is, whether you realize it or not, throughout all kinds of fiction, there's biblical themes hidden throughout, no matter where you look.
Yeah.
And specifically, I tried to at least do something kind of like this for a secular media breakdown with the likes of Metal Gear. Something that I got inspired to engage in as a subject due to the fact that in the first place it was such a engaging storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever played Metal Gear, Josh?
I can't. I don't. If I have, I haven't played much.
Hmm. I might just need to get you Metal Gear Solid Delta then at some point here so that you could also check that out on your Xbox. It's a remake of the third Metal Gear Solid game, which was a prequel called Snake Eater.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah,
and when it comes to Metal Gear, there's a lot of storylines of people who are dealing with all these conspiracies that's going on in the military world, in just the government alone, down to where Metal Gear Solid 2 is probably one of the creepiest games I ever played in my life, because of when I played it during my high school years, and I wasn't prepared for just how creepily close to reality it was. And that was due to stuff like the censorship that was going on in the storyline, down to what is referred to as the Patriots, which is a stand in for what we would know as something called the Illuminati, which is a secret cult that is trying to run the world. Have you ever heard of this, Josh?
Yeah, I've heard of the Illuminati.
So
Uh,
we'll leave the subject of Metal Gear at that specifically, but you know what? I think if anything, we need to specifically talk about Kingdom Hearts, a franchise
all
that
right.
was honestly important to both of us growing up. As Kingdom Hearts was something that was there for me during very tough times growing up. When I didn't really have the friends that I wish I had, Kingdom Hearts was there for me. Specifically the likes of Sora, and what a bright-eyed, smiling, just amazingly sweet person his character was built to be. That
Yeah,
also, when you saw him get down, he was one of the biggest badasses in gaming, period. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or
yeah,
buts about it. He was taking a Keyblade, which, don't look very sharp to begin with, and was cutting freaking buildings in half and shit near the end of Kingdom Hearts 2.
true, true. I would, I remember a time where I was playing the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2 over and over because I loved it so much.
Same. Because Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably still one of my favorite games of all time. Next to
Yeah,
some others, but it's definitely like one of my favorite games of all time. Uh,
true.
if there is
But
something
yeah,
to kind of point alongside it, it would probably be some of the earlier Spider-Man games, because
true.
Spider-Man had some amazing games too.
Yeah.
And what they did now with the new Spider-Man stuff under Insomniac, like I loved Insomniac growing up due to loving Spyro the Dragon, but they clearly went full on woke tarded, and they have this story where freaking where Peter is actively having to apologize for going out of his way to literally save Mary Jane, because she's
Oh,
getting upset at him because she's a reporter who is getting upset that she's being pulled out of danger because she could die. But he still gave a shit about her.
hmm.
It felt very ass backwards, especially compared to stuff like the Sam Raimi movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or Sam Raimi.
Yeah, the original trilogy that we all grew up with, pretty much. The one with Tobey
Oh.
Maguire. Sam Raimi, he was known
Oh.
for
Mm.
specifically making some horror movies originally. Specifically, he's known for The Evil Dead.
Huh.
And with the likes of Spider-Man, when he made that original trilogy, he approached it as a huge, passionate fan, like a genuine fan of the original comics. Which, if anything, said he was a great person to choose for that role as the director. You know.
Yeah.
Now that being said, though, if we're going to, I guess, break down the likes of biblical storylines, yeah, let's start with Kingdom Hearts since it's something that you and I both know. After
Yeah.
all, it's better for us to start at something we both know than something we either one of us don't know, and then we're just kind of stuck listening and wondering, hey, what are we talking about again?
uh,
So,
freaking just Patrick from SpongeBob. Who are you people?
man, it's a bummer SpongeBob ain't as good anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I mean, I say that in part due to the fact that they also went out of their way to kind of disrespect the creator after he died of ALS.
oh
They
yeah,
went out of his way to
he
make
didn't
the
want.
freaking a spin-off show when he specifically told them do not make spin-off shows.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure he didn't want the series to continue anyway after he died.
And I
But you
wouldn't
know,
blame him there. If anything, makes sense
yeah,
to me. But
yeah,
so, specifically on the subject of Kingdom Hearts, let's start with the original game since it's kind of one of the easier ones to break down and everything.
all right,
So, I actually got to start with this personally, as this was something that I actually had a childhood memory of that I
yeah.
that was literally my first memory. Like no joke, because I remember being born. Do you ever remember being born?
Uh, mm, possibly, but I don't think so.
All right. Well, thing is, I have these memories of being born, and specifically through these memories of being born, I flat out dreamt being in that tutorial area of the original Kingdom Hearts with the glass panes and all that.
Yeah, dive into the heart. Yeah,
Yeah, specifically that, dude. Where I
yeah,
was basically dreaming being in this, in that dive to the heart kind of moment, and that I was in this big old library that was literally in the in that whole area. And through the library, I picked out my mom and my dad to be my parents.
yeah,
And specifically, I guess I through those books picked them out and specifically saw what my mom and dad were struggling with at the time as a couple. And then I actually was born. Like
yeah.
this is
That's
a
interesting.
legit memory of mine that I tripped out on when I was in the New Age, specifically because the New Age did a lot to kind of muddle the biblical truth and everything,
Yeah,
down to how it tried to make it seem like we were the ones with all the power. Like we could
yeah,
somehow, through this thing called the law of attraction, attract in whatever the hell we wanted in life. And
yeah.
the interesting part, I guess, with the law of attraction is, to be fair, it is actually kind of a legitimate thing.
Mm,
Like when you
sort of.
think about
Yeah,
specifically how we pray to God for what we want.
yeah,
So in that way, the law of attraction actually does exist to some degree. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah. I mean, if we pray with the right motives and it's in His will, of course. But yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
thing is though, specifically that was one of the things that like always stuck out to Kingdom Hearts to me. When I first played it, I had those distinct memories of being in that library picking my parents out. And when I saw the tutorial, it freaking came to life before me, and I was like, whoa, this reminds me of my first memory. What the hell? When I'm going through the
Yeah.
tutorial and especially eventually fighting the giant dark side,
Yeah.
like it was a trip, but it was also so fucking creepy. It's still creepy, honestly.
Yeah.
And and then Sora wakes up on the island. He tells his friends about having a dream where he was being swallowed up by some sort of darkness, and he didn't know what the hell was happening.
Yeah.
And then he freaking came to on the island with Kairi. But then you go through what's kind of an extended tutorial, getting to see the likes of Destiny Islands and get to see all those Final Fantasy characters there.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy characters they pulled from for that was Selphie, Waka, and Tidus. Now, Waka and Tidus, they're both from Final Fantasy X, which is which was the first PS2 Final Fantasy game. And from most people I hear it's usually like a lot of people's favorites too. And to be fair, it's a trip of a story too. And
Yeah.
and then Final Fantasy VIII is also the one where Squall comes from, who we know as Leon from Kingdom
Leon.
Hearts.
Yeah.
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 It's a little weird that he changed his name, I guess. And
Yeah.
especially because he refused to ever go by it again after freaking after you have your first fight with him, and he and you
True.
wake up to him and he's just all, that's Leon, and you're just like,
Honest.
why?
Yeah. I mean, that is true. I mean, it is funny though. I mean, this great Final Fantasy hero beats like has beaten like a bunch of monsters and things in his time, and then he gets beat by a 14-year-old with a giant key.
Well, I mean, if you are able to beat him, because you
Well,
could
that is
actually
true.
lose and then wake up to freaking Yuffie, but thinking that she's
Kairi, yeah.
yeah, at first. But
Yeah.
anyways, though, so the whole thing was that they just wanted to explore. They just wanted to see the world. They just wanted to know what's out there. And it clearly started due to the fact that specifically with Riku, you end up discovering how when he was a kid, he was actually visited by someone who tells him of the future or whatever, and how he's eventually able to escape the island and see what's going on beyond it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's interesting because clearly for while we may have been made in God's image, we weren't made to know this entire world from front to back.
Yeah.
So, to a degree, I kind of think about that part a little bit, specifically how we specifically would have that natural curiosity. And if anything, maybe you could kind of almost draw a line from the likes of the curiosity to go exploring, uh, being almost like the original sin in this story.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true
Because it
because
literally starts everything off. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That
because
one desire to just explore and see what's going on in there, and to just freaking wonder what's going on beyond their just their island.
I mean,
And
yeah, it is fun.
and it
Huh? Sorry.
freaking literally it costs them their island. It costs them their friends. They get separated from each other. Kyrie doesn't have a heart throughout most of the game. And
Yeah,
freaking and Sora is stuck using Donald and Goofy to help him.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, it is funny though when you talk about the original sin. In the Bible, the original sin is they ate from the tree of knowledge, and
Right.
it is funny that Sora specifically says, "I want to get out and learn what's out there."
Yeah. No joke, actually.
Yeah,
Freaking dude, you hit the nail right on the head right there.
thank you.
Damn.
But yeah,
And not to mention, let's be real. In the first place, Heartless are demons in this story.
yeah,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even the likes of the other creatures that we've dealt with in the other KH games, whether it's the
yeah.
nobodies, the unversed, or even the likes of the Dream Eaters, they all
True, true.
are
Yeah,
clearly meant to be stand-ins for the demons that are messing with people.
yeah,
And you know
yeah,
what? I'm just now realizing when it comes to Dream Eaters, the fact that there is a good and a bad Dream Eater kind of looks like a similarity to how there's the fallen angels and then there's the angels that are still loyal to God.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and yeah, and when you talk about the demons, the fallen angels, like if you read the Book of Enoch, you actually learn that, or well, according to it, I'm not saying it's true, but like according to it, demons are actually the spirits of the Nephilim. The giants who were born from the fallen angels.
Right.
Having their way with the women.
Yeah,
And
go
it is interesting that the first Heartless you face, Darkseid, is basically a giant.
right. No joke, too. Because I also was
Yeah.
actually surprised when I found out that giants are also literal. If only
Yeah.
because I also thought that that was a fictional creature till I realized that the Holy Bible was literal history. And specifically, I'm trying to remember the story from the Old Testament that had the giant in it.
Yeah.
Because specifically, it kind of makes me think of this. Because it was like one of the only times that I saw the story get told to me before was with the VeggieTales adaptation, where Junior was playing the character who was using the slingshot to freaking take out the giant, and the giant was a giant
Yeah.
pickle.
Yeah.
It was that it kind of makes me think of. But no, like as I'm thinking about it, I'm also thinking about the whole thing about how yeah, the freaking first boss is a giant, and yeah, freaking giants are such a important enemy in the likes
Yeah.
of Kingdom Hearts because of that.
Yeah.
because it's not even just the dark side that you face as the giant. You also
Yeah.
faced the giant freaking nobody in Kingdom Hearts 2 as Roxas.
Oh yeah. Twilight Thorn. Yeah.
Yes, yes, the Twilight Thorn. And that
Yeah.
freaking battle was also creepy as hell too.
Yeah. It was.
and
Uh,
but
yeah.
so Sora ends up losing his island thanks to the giant literally taking his island away like that on him.
Yeah. And
And
another
when
thing I'd like to add there
go ahead.
is I can also draw something from Genesis 3 when Satan was telling Eve that if she eats the fruit, they'll be as gods, knowing good and evil. Well, there's a couple things like that because they mentioned the Palpu fruit, which apparently, if two people share one, their destinies become intertwined. Which, I mean, I guess that's not too much of a draw, but like also
Hmm.
when Ansem was talking to Sora, he it reminds me of how he said, "You have very much to learn, yet you understand so little."
Phew. Man, I
Yeah,
still get freaking chills from how creepy Kingdom Hearts can get, actually, especially as a Christian.
yeah,
And then he ends up in Twilight Town, or not Twilight Town,
Traverse.
Traverse Town. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I almost always get those two mixed up because they have such similar names.
oh, it's fine.
It's a little hard to not.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
But that being said, though, so like he ends up there and he ends up freaking trying to fight through all the freaking demons best he can with Donald and Goofy by his side eventually. But he's doing it,
Yeah,
and then he runs into freaking Squall as he's telling you that the Keyblade is what makes you so important.
yeah,
And Sora refuses to just give it up to him, so he literally fights his ass. And I imagine canonically he actually does kick his ass. Actually,
that would be hilarious. It's
I mean,
just freaking. I just imagine Leon just gets depressed. I need to rethink my life.
like I'm beating up a damn kid. Man, this is fucked. uh,
uh,
and specifically too, like the rest of the characters that they end up interacting with from Final Fantasy, that all comes together to basically become uh, their friends or whatever that is there to help them throughout the journey.
yeah,
Because not only is it Squall and Yuffie, Aerith as well, and also Sid.
yeah.
Or,
Hmm.
well, Final Fantasy
Well,
VII's Sid, because
yeah.
they freaking reuse the name Sid way too damn much in Final Fantasy. No, seriously though, like just about every freaking Final Fantasy has a freaking character named Sid in it, and you're just like, uh, you guys sure seem to like this name or some shit. The hell?
uh, it's just friggin' it's just like I'm Sid, that guy Sid.
Oh boy. And then, of course, also Merlin joining. And it's also actually interesting that Merlin from Sorcerer's Stone ends up joining in this way too. If only because the thing that Merlin makes me think about is, you know, the whole all the claims of freaking of Arthurian legend.
Yeah.
And Arthurian legend is kind of interesting when you pay attention to it. Down to
Yeah.
how the one who ends up pulling the sword is a Christian. Start like just saying in just a piece of fiction, I'd imagine that they would make sure that it wasn't a Christian that pulled the sword. To where sometimes I wonder if it actually is a legitimate piece of history. If only because I hear such conflicting reports about it. Like there's a lot of people that says it did happen and a lot of people that says it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And
I see.
I guess it also sticks in my head because when I was a kid and I went to Disneyland, I ended up pulling the sword out of the stone.
Ah.
And Merlin knighted me king for a day.
Aw.
Yeah, when I was a kid. And it blew
That's
my
sweet.
mind. I was like, whoa! I actually pulled the sword out of the stone! It blew my mind, especially because I never got to see that movie much when I was a kid. Did you?
I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
It's definitely a trip at the very least. That's for sure. Especially because, like I said, there's all these claims that Arthurian legend is literal history. And, I mean, I could believe it in many cases, down to, Merlin being a wizard. Probably not a real wizard, but probably someone
Yeah.
who thought he was doing magic and all that other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And was instead probably opening himself up to unclean spirits. Makes me wonder
Mm.
if that did happen, if freaking Arthur, the real King Arthur back then, actually freaking went out of his way to try and tell Merlin, you need to freaking stop this and give your life over to Christ.
True.
Since he was a Christian, supposedly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because of that, Arthur would know the biblical truth. If that
Yeah.
really was something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But, as I was saying, specifically, Merlin ended up being like the keeper of the book and also teaching you magic specifically, which was kind of fun
Oh,
sometimes,
yeah.
but also can't really say I enjoy it like I used to.
Mm.
But I will, however, say that I always had a soft spot for the Winnie the Pooh world.
Oh, yeah, the 100-Acre Wood.
If
Yeah.
only because it reminded me of more innocent times of my childhood. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, I watched a bit of Winnie the Pooh as a child, and I even had a little, what do you call it? Box thing that was Winnie the Pooh themed.
I did too.
Yeah.
And
It,
I read those books, and it was a trip. It's just what was actually kind of a bummer is you find out the actual author, he wrote them for his son, but his son basically tried to push it all off of him because he was sick of being treated like that was all he was known as was Christopher Robin, when he also didn't actually go by Christopher Robin. Even though it was his name, it wasn't the name he went by.
mm,
So he was like all kinds of annoyed when fans actually saw him and was like, oh my god, it's Christopher Robin! And he's like, that's not my name! It sounded like it actually sadly ruined that whole kind of situation for the poor kid. Which is only a bummer because It's not. It seemed like something that his father actually did to try and try and do something to show his love for his kid.
Yeah.
But um, to continue though, so with Kingdom Hearts 1, I guess we could just kind of maybe start to maybe boil down the world stuff a bit, if only because, like, let's be real, then we're probably going to be breaking down the likes of every single Disney movie that's ever appeared in Kingdom Hearts, which
Yeah.
would take a while.
Yeah.
Although there is one that I would like to point attention towards, Tron specifically,
Oh yeah.
because it is
Tron.
extremely biblical, dude, and you have no idea because you haven't seen the original yet.
Yeah.
Because it is a trip when you see it, especially as a Christian. But specifically, how Sora was like going out of his way to literally try and find his friends, and he and all the princesses are getting kidnapped behind their back, and then when he finally does meet up with Riku again, and he's freaking being manipulated by Maleficent into basically believing that Sora doesn't actually care about him anymore, which was
Pretty much.
admittedly a bit silly, I will admit, in retrospect. But at the same time, it is also the same exact kind of bullshit tactics that Satan would use.
Well, that is true. I mean, like, because division. Yeah.
Exactly my point. And because of
Yeah.
that, Maleficent is, at the very least, one of the stand-ins for the fallen angels and the demons and all that.
Yeah. I mean, like, even in even in the movies, she refers to herself as the mistress of all evil or something.
And that's in not only the original movies, but also in Kingdom Hearts that she's referred to herself that way too.
Yeah, the games too, and it's interesting that in almost every game you fight her, and you also fight her as a dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because at first I
Something.
almost thought I didn't remember the dragon fight with her in Birth by Sleep, but I guess that's just due to the whole thing, how they splitted the storyline up, between
Yeah,
the three protagonists.
true.
So it makes it a little
Yeah,
hard to remember what happened in Birth by Sleep exactly half the time.
yeah, I understand. I'm pretty sure there is an exact line in Birth by Sleep though, where she I'm pretty sure it was in Aqua's story. She's like prepare to witness the powers of hell or something like that.
Yeah. Stuff like that definitely
Yeah.
makes Maleficent come off as clearly one of the stand-ins for the demons and the fallen angels specifically,
Yeah.
which only makes it a little bit interesting how she's not focused on as much as she used to be, because
Yeah.
but if anything, probably because people don't freaking realize how much of a threat Satan is, so
Yeah. True. I mean, yeah, and sorry. But yeah,
it's okay.
I'm pretty sure literally sorry. Yeah, literally I'm pretty sure the last scene she's ever seen in so far is Kingdom Hearts 3 when she was with Pete and they were searching for Pandora's box.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the last time
Yeah.
we saw her, was her getting upset because she noticed Zigbar having the black box, and then
Yeah.
walking away all fucking huffy over it.
Yeah. Or I mean, Yeah, I mean the whole Zigbar thing was pretty interesting though, especially the
I
secret
would
ending.
say,
But
yeah,
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 it was definitely interesting. If only because now I'm actually kind of thinking about how he could be kind of like the stand-in for the Antichrist in this storyline.
oh yeah, and like I mean, he did seem to be going under a fake identity. Like for example, Braig, then Zigbar, then the freaking Unicorn Order or whatever called him Lushu.
Right. And specifically, this sticks out so much to me too because actually I kind of think one of the ways that you can tell when people are freaking body hopping in this story is when the eye
Yeah.
colors change.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because when you saw Breg the first time in Birth by Sleep, he had a completely different eye color.
Hmm.
And then after his fight with specifically Terra, and he
Era. Yeah.
has his moment where he tries to freaking get in Xehanort's face for what he caused him.
Yeah.
It's clear that I'd say that Xehanort was where that soul went, that soul came from, to where
Yeah.
specifically not only was it probably the master of Xehanort and I'm trying to remember Terra Venonaq's master. What's his name?
Ericus.
Ericus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine that Lushu was specifically their master,
Hmm.
and
You could be right.
specifically something happened to where he body hopped into a Xehanort, and that's why Xehanort
Hmm.
changed the way he did for so long, to where he also scarred his friend that was his friend since early childhood.
Yeah.
Because with all that, and then maybe the freaking letter in Birth by Sleep that he sends to Ericus is like one of the few times that the real Xehanort finally reaches out and goes, "I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to do that to you."
Mhm. Yeah. True.
Because it was probably the only way that he could try and talk to him about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that would explain. Well, when you say that, it reminds me of the whole time travel thing, and even the secret boss, the unknown mysterious figure, which is a
Yeah.
young Xehanort.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Or specifically the original mysterious figure in Kingdom Hearts 1 too.
Xemnas. Yeah,
Yeah. Cuz when I first saw that I also freaking I won't
I
lie,
got
I was
goosebumps at that scene.
oh, big time. But also as
Yeah,
someone who freaking grew up with the original uh versions that was localized,
yeah,
I only began to figure out due to Googling that Kingdom Hearts Final Mix was a thing.
yeah,
And I won't lie, it pissed me off as a fan.
yeah.
To where I went out of my
Yeah,
way to try and patch the games while they weren't officially translated, for the sake of being
yeah.
able to still get to play them and check them out myself.
True.
Like
Yeah,
like specifically getting to check out Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. That was the first time I got to check it out. Was I went out of my way to pirate the PS2 original version and patch it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
literally, I just sorry.
it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said literal. I'm like literally, I just played it on an emulator. Yeah,
I mean, before they finally were like, okay, we're sorry. Here's the other games or the other versions, and they finally
true.
freaking released them outside of Japan. Just saying though, with
Yeah,
how popular Kingdom Hearts was, they really shouldn't have held it back.
true. Yeah, but yeah.
But
Um, I'd say Kingdom Hearts 1 especially was kind of a weird thing because like apparently like um even the original Japanese version, not even one final mix was actually pretty different uh in quite a few ways or something.
hmm.
But yeah.
Well, granted, from my understanding, part of what made me understand that was how they one of the things they did was they alternatively colored the Heartless for it,
Yeah, yeah. In the final
which
mix, yeah.
yeah, which kind of tripped me out because it took me a while, and I was like, wait a minute, they have different colors now. What the hell?
Yeah, that it was an interesting choice. I mean, some of them I
It
liked,
still
but
looks
some of
good, but
them I was like, eh.
fair enough, I suppose. Because I mean, they looked
Yeah,
fine enough before, that's for sure.
yeah,
But yeah, specifically, I did that for Birth by Sleep, and it was how I learned how to jailbreak my PSP, just so that I could play Birth by Sleep Final Mix.
yeah,
Because I got a PSP from my uncle who owned one and enjoyed it enough, but like didn't enjoy it so much to where he he like needed to keep it, so he just gave it to me.
yeah,
And through it, I eventually found out the whole jailbreaking thing, and then putting on digital copies of games through the ISO files
yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
And through that, I was able to have a patched Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix that I got to check out on PSP, and I played the hell out of that one. it was
yeah.
good. It was only a bummer that I never got to find anyone to play it with the multiplayer.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
only because
I
PSPs never seemed to be you know really popular in comparison to the DS. I mean,
yeah,
the DS was still very fun and everything, but PSP I felt like was a little bit more higher quality,
yeah. Uh,
especially with the battery, I thought. But specifically though, so, so so all the stuff that happens in the original storyline happened with Sora, Donald, and Goofy just trying to do their best to try and keep things together in all the different worlds.
yeah,
And it's freaking it was pretty hardcore too, especially when they when freaking Aladdin went out of his way to wish Genie free just so that he could be a summon for you for the rest of the game.
true. I wish for your freedom, Genie, except when Sora and his friends need you.
Ow! And he just freaking, and yet he still becomes such a good ally for a summon.
True.
Like at least one of my favorites, that's for sure. But man, it was such a trip of especially when it started getting to the tail end and you started seeing Riku actually turn on Sora because
True.
of freaking Maleficent manipulating him the whole damn time.
Yeah, and then
And Ansem.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, Ansem. Yeah. Yeah. Don't even get me started on how many Xehanorts there are now.
I mean,
I actually need
a
to.
bit confusing, to be fair.
Yeah, I actually need to catch up on the story a little bit because I have not seen the Key Unchained scenes, and I still need to beat Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wow.
Well, I've seen the ending to Kingdom Hearts 3, but
okay, so you
yeah.
at least are caught up with the story to a good degree or whatever.
A good degree. I mean,
I gotta say though, it's definitely worth having on PC so that you can mod it.
Yeah.
Because I showed you how freaking fans made a freaking Olympus Coliseum for it when they didn't. Which honestly really needed to have happened originally, I thought. If only because it really was like one of the most fun things about Olympus as a world. I mean, can you blame me?
True, yeah, I don't blame you.
Well, specifically, though, freaking down to when Ansem literally possesses Riku, though. Like,
pretty much.
He not pretty much, he does outright.
I mean,
the
yeah.
only time that Riku wasn't really so much possessed was when freaking he held him back that one time for Kairi.
Yeah.
And then, then you see him in the end actually being free, but in the realm of darkness, sacrificing himself like that. And you know what?
Yeah.
That self-sacrificial kind of attitude is a good thing to kind of point towards as a connection to Jesus and the Messiah and that whole storyline there too. Down to how Mickey freaking shows up in the end and he's kind of like the Messiah, damn near, How he shows up with the freaking dark side Keyblade. Now, Sora, let's close this door for good.
Yeah, for good.
If only it was that simple. Because if anything, freaking they deserve a freaking ending at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, true.
I mean, not because I don't enjoy Tetsuya Nomura's storytelling, because I feel like some people are a little bit harsh towards the guy with storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a perfect storyteller, but I feel like he's a lot better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, I mean, even now, this story is not really bad or anything. It is dragged out, but
yes, that's it. That's the only thing, though, because at this point, I think Kingdom Hearts 4 finally just needs to be the end.
Yeah.
So that Sora finally can freaking go back to being on the Destiny Islands with his friends, so that Donald and Goofy and Mickey can go back home to their world, so that the worlds can freaking live in peace finally, and that, you can have like a real, true, happy the end for Kingdom Hearts. Because honestly, I would love that for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Especially with how much freaking the stories just got so crazy as it went on.
True. I mean,
because when I was
especially.
Sorry, you can go ahead. It's okay. When I was a kid, and I specifically grew up with the first game and then the second game, and having no idea about Chain of Memories initially, till
Hmm.
someone pointed it out to me, and then I was like, oh, it's a Kingdom Hearts game, but on the Game Boy Advance. Let's check this
Yeah.
out. And it was at least impressive for the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I do kind of feel like if they wanted to, they could have actually made it play a little bit more like traditional Kingdom Hearts if they wanted to.
Yeah. That is true. I mean,
Because they
the
could use
you
the
know,
triggers to just scroll through the traditional command menu if they wanted to.
true. I mean, not that. I mean, well, I mean, a
I
lot
mean,
of
it would
people did
suck if you
complain
didn't
about.
have the block or whatever, sure, but I mean, you could still kind of give him a more traditional, like Kingdom Hearts 1 kind of loadout for abilities and moves and all that other stuff. And you could
Yeah.
still feasibly enough smush that down onto Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. True.
And I guess just part of that is also my frustration when I was a kid growing up with Chain of Memories. Because when I was a
Yeah.
kid trying to beat it, I was so pissed off at it. Like, I mean,
Oh.
so pissed off.
Hmm.
Like, like now as an adult, I actually understand all the rules a lot easier to where I could, you know, actually play it and play through it fine enough
Yeah.
and win it no problem even on the hardest difficulty. It's just I never liked the whole card battle thing personally.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just me, but you know,
I mean, I get it. I
I guess that's just also from me when I was introduced to Kingdom Hearts 1 as my first experience, and then Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I got Chain of Memories. And then I was like, oh,
yeah.
come on. You guys couldn't make this more like traditional Kingdom Hearts? It had to be this
True.
way?
Yeah.
But that being said, though, freaking Chain of Memories is still a trip of a story, too, in of itself.
Yeah. True. That yeah. That is pretty much. It is a trip. Yeah.
I mean, especially down to um, just also like the absolute asshole of villains that was in that game.
Uh. Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
guess
they.
except
They.
Axel to some degree, since he really did
I
turn out
mean,
to be such a great character in later titles.
yeah. I think Axel is more so having fun, but yeah, the rest were like just downright mean.
Yeah, no shit though.
Especially Larkstein.
I won't deny Larkseen is my most hated Kingdom Hearts character easily. If there was one that I had to freaking say that I hated the most, it is definitely Larkseen. To where freaking I just wished that if that like Aqua could just go up to her and bitch slap her.
Freaking. Yeah.
Or hell, even freaking Kyrie do it, or maybe even Shion or Namine. Just freaking just
Yeah.
get someone to freaking do it to her for being such a absolute cunt of a character.
Yeah. I mean, with that, I think. I think Shion would be most likely. I believe that if she
I
took
could
abuse
actually
like
believe
that,
Shion
she
doing
would
that.
she would like eventually probably snap and just stand up for herself.
And maybe even stand up for others that needed it.
Yeah.
Granted, though, Shion was always one of my favorite characters in Kingdom Hearts, I'd say. Because when I
Yeah.
freaking specifically saw the likes of or played the likes of 358 over 2 days, That's probably one of my favorite of the franchise too, at least for the story,
Yeah.
because it was such a human story of these people who seemingly were birthed out of nothing. They didn't have any feelings or anything, and yet they somehow grew it over time, and they didn't know how to handle it, especially when
Yeah.
they were being selfishly used to revive the main character for Kingdom Hearts 2.
True.
And
Yeah.
damn sure I fucking cry at Shion's death,
Oh yeah. That was
especially her
probably
final boss fight, Vector to the Heavens.
yeah.
One of the best songs in Kingdom Hearts, easily, I'd say.
Yeah, it's like that a perfect song for a final boss fight because it well about a final boss fight and it's because it's like both epic and sad at the same time.
Exactly. It's fucking amazing for that right there. And it made 350 over 2 days easily one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games. Just
Yeah.
for the finale that it had. And now that it's also with um, the fan made remaster, like it is so much easier to play it now, dude. You have no idea. To where
Yeah.
it is worth checking out if you can get that on your computer and check it out, especially because they have a bunch of patches for things like the music, the graphics, so on and so forth, to make it look just so much better.
Yeah.
To where it was what I was hoping 1.5 was going to include with it, instead of just a bunch of cutscenes.
Yeah.
Because when I was when I was a fan and I was like, oh my god, they're adding this one too. Ah! I was just so happy when I saw that. And yet, when it finally came out and it was just cutscene, I'm like, "Aw, really? You guys couldn't have been bothered to just actually give the real game in the collection? Come on."
Yeah, I was disappointed too. I mean,
Especially when
I mean,
it's
well,
clear that fans have been able to pull off the fan made remasters through the emulators or whatever. The Melon Mix is what it's called. It's called Melon Mix. Like,
Melon Nix, yeah.
yeah, fans pulled that off, but freaking Square Enix couldn't be bothered to do that. That's a bit just
Yeah.
them being lazy, I feel like.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I kind of like that was more so me when I got 2.5 and I wanted to play Recoded,
Recoded was
but
still a
then it was
very fun
just
game, I
cutscenes
thought.
and I was like, huh?
I thought Recoded was still a very fun game. I thought people were a little too
Oh
harsh
yeah.
towards it back then. I mean, sure, the
Yeah.
story was a bit silly overall, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it was still a very fun Kingdom Hearts entry overall.
Yeah. I agree with you. I had it on the DS and the last time I played it was my freshman year of high school. I was actually playing it on critical mode, and I got toward the end, but it got the difficulty ramped up so much. I was like getting probably up to two shot, even though I was at a good level and stuff.
Damn. That just kind of happens,
It
I
was
guess, in
hard.
RPGs when you aren't trying to freaking level your ass off like crazy, and especially the higher difficulties.
Yeah, because especially Oh my gosh, the Riku Ansem fights. Like I still remember getting one shot by some of his attacks, and I was like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, I can't blame you for being frustrated at that, dude. But
Yeah,
it was still at the very least a fun game, I thought, and I felt like people were just a little too harsh to it. Not perfect, no, but it still wasn't bad. It was still
oh
perfectly
yeah,
fine.
it was fun,
If
honestly.
anything, I felt
And
like
I
people
yeah,
were also really harsh to 358 over 2 days due to the whole mission structure and also the
yeah,
panel system. Even though the panel system, I also kind of agree, is a bit weird.
true. And but yeah, it was still kind of fun, but like
Yeah.
I guess maybe I got a little I mean, I played it as a kid, so I think I did get a little overwhelmed with the missions thing. Uh,
Well,
you know,
hey,
like
maybe you should try and emulate Melon Mix and see if it ends up going okay, buddy. It might be
yeah,
better
it
this
could.
time around.
Yeah. But yeah, like yeah, I mean, not to say it wasn't a fun game
Yeah,
because, you know, it was.
right.
Yeah. Uh
Because
and
if
then
anything, too, it still did a decent job at taking the gameplay from Birth by Sleep and also refining it in its own ways.
true. But yeah. And then what was it? Yeah. But of those, I think yeah, if I do end up emulating Melon Mix, I might try it again. And yeah, but I was gonna say another thing with Recoded is the Olympus Coliseum part. I love the turn-based RPG system
I
they did.
loved it too. If anything, I feel like Kingdom Hearts could have actually had a turn based RPG entry just fine, and it would have been really cool to see. And
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
especially cool because you had a freaking party of Sora, then you had Hercules, and you also had Cloud Strife. That was just badass.
yeah, and then I mean, the more I think about it, it kind of looked a little bit like Final Fantasy's turn-based system too, a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I might have just been,
No, no, no.
uh,
It's still if anything, it was meant to look a bit like Final Fantasy there for a reason, I believe. It's just that
yeah,
the whole fact of like the other characters kind of attacking without you specifically telling them to attack or whatever is a bit hard to get used to at first.
yeah,
But even with that, it's nothing particularly bad. Because in the end, I still really enjoyed that experience, especially all the unlocks I got from it. It was a fun time.
yeah.
Now, specifically, Birth by Sleep, that one I won't lie. Back when I was a kid and I first saw the secret ending in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
whoa, is this gonna be Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh shit, this is gonna be a trip.
And
And then it ends up being a
then
prequel.
yeah, it all began with Birth by Sleep.
and it's also kind of a trip that it's that I didn't really expect it to be a prequel at first because of how in the Keyblade graveyard you see Sora, Riku, and Mickey's Keyblade being picked up by Aquaterra and Ventus at first,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but then you don't really see them ever do that again.
And
Even
then
in Birth by Sleep, you don't see that those Keyblades were in the graveyard or anything like that.
True.
But it was still a trip of a story overall, and definitely with Terra, it's he's kind of the only character that I'd say wasn't written the greatest in that game. If only because a lot of
Yeah.
the time he did kind of seem like he was a little bit too gullible.
Yeah, sorta. I mean,
I mean, because I
I guess the most.
understand what Nomura was trying to write with the character. That he was meant to be this guy who was clearly not trying to be a total pile of garbage, but he was being manipulated by the darkness. You know,
Yeah,
he
yeah. I was about to. Sorry.
it's okay, but it is exactly that. It's specifically the fact that this
Yeah,
is still kind of meant to be a story of a man who ended up well not wanting to be some pile of garbage, but he ends up dealing with becoming someone who gets possessed in the end because he gives into darkness too damn much, into sin.
yeah, yeah. Like I was about to say, that's the interesting part about him. He was like struggling with the whole darkness thing, and I was about to allude it to
And it
sin
was
too.
the
But
only
yeah,
thing that I
and
actually
then
did like with his story. It's just when they actually wrote him having his moments with the villains, he definitely had this whole moment of coming off way too gullible in the end.
yeah, yeah, and then like it is interesting that like when you fight Terranor, the theme is called Rage Awakened.
Exactly.
So yeah, yeah,
And Rage Awakened being freaking also in reference to what the hell his spirit is feeling ever
yeah,
since that happened, because his spirit is desperately struggling to get control again. If anything, I
yeah,
kind of wished to have seen the Lingering Will actually freaking kick Terranort's ass in Kingdom Hearts 3 and take his fucking body back by force, you know what I mean?
yeah. True.
Even though it was kind of interesting, the whole thing about how the Guardian was actually somehow the freaking soul of Terra being kind of shown bound in chains and whatnot.
Hmm.
And yet
Yeah.
at the same time, though, of course, still a demon or whatever, which just makes it also very hard to
Hmm.
really uh, like that as a biblical example exactly.
Yeah.
If only because I guess I would have instead expected the Lingering Will to have gone in and freaking took his body back.
Yeah.
But specifically, though, then with Ventus, the whole thing when he has he's not trying to let darkness awaken, and he's actively trying to resist it. But
Yeah.
freaking Xehanort
Because
literally rips the darkness out of his heart and turns it into a separate individual being.
yeah, Vanitas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
And if you translate, sorry, what?
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna pull a fun fact. Vanitas or vanitas in Latin actually means vanity.
Vanity.
It's yeah, like meaninglessness. Like for example, in the book of Ecclesiastes, it starts with uh Solomon starts it with vanity of vanities. Saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
So meaningless. I mean, that's probably how
Yeah.
Vanitas feels, and that's why he's so freaking mad, and he's just constantly freaking trying to take over Ventus instead.
Yeah. And I think you can allude to the Bible here, but also Ventus or Ventus means wind in Latin.
Right.
And, it's funny because he ends up in Sora's heart, and Sora is Japanese for sky.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Specifically to, I mean, of course, with Aqua, means water.
Yeah. And yeah, aqua means water, terra means land or earth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Aqua, she's the one that
And
got screwed over the most in that story, sadly.
yeah, she ends up in the realm of darkness just fighting for her life, basically.
Which is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, for 10 years, too.
Yeah, and she don't even realize that it's 10 years that she's in there. Till
Yeah, yeah.
the 0.2 demo for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that game, oh my gosh, it amazed me so much.
Right?
Yeah.
And and with her, like, she clearly wasn't someone who was like given into darkness or anything. The closest she got was
Yeah.
the moment where Xehanort tries to take over her body near the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
And that was the only time that she got close to having been, messed with like that. But at the same
Yeah.
time, with Aqua, I guess it wouldn't make quite as much sense, if only because of the fact that she, was someone who was actually careful about darkness and all that stuff. So she went
Yeah,
out
for
of her
sure.
way
Yeah.
to not just, let darkness into her heart, to where there was a place for Xehanort to take her over,
Yeah.
Like it was with Terra, because clearly with Terra, he had to build him up as
Yeah.
someone who was just overblown with just the power of darkness.
Yeah. That is true. It is interesting that Terra was the one struggling with darkness, and like I said, his name meaning earth,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, specifically, though, man, when it comes to also the whole unversed, also being negative emotions, they're clearly still demons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, what? Sorry. Real quick, I was gonna say, with the whole vanity and the book of Ecclesiastes, um, I I don't know if that's an allusion to freaking the book of Ecclesiastes, because basically, uh, you know, the almost the entire book is just depressing and
Right.
negative, and yeah, until the end where he
I'm
says, "Fear
just
God and
now.
keep His commandments." Yeah.
It's okay. I'm just now realizing Jiminy keeping the journal for their journey the whole time. I'm just now
Yeah.
freaking thinking how that's so close to the whole Holy Bible thing.
Yeah, because he basically records everything. Yeah.
Exactly. And and then he also tries to go out of his way to through the Holy Bible take a look at what is the Holy Bible in this story? Take a look at the first game story again, but trying to figure out what happened to their friends and trying to figure out how
Yeah,
they could save them. And then
true,
and
true.
then you have Dream Drop Distance, where they actually get prepared to actually take on Xehanort by going out of
Yeah,
their way
pretty
to
much. Yeah.
become masters. And when that freaking part happened, I was freaking getting chills too as a kid. The minute that I
Yeah,
heard
and
it's time for their Mark of Mastery exams, Mickey, they need to be masters. I was just like, whoa, this is going to be such a trip of a game. And then I also remember
yeah.
seeing all the trailers for Dream Drop Distance when I was a kid. Specifically, the trailers that that showed Sora and Riku in their original outfits, because they had the original outfits at first. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then in later times, they clearly added in the Dream Drop Distance exclusive outfits, which
Or
still
well,
looks pretty nice
maybe
too.
maybe. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, yeah.
But
I remember their Dream Drop Distance outfits. Those looked pretty good, actually.
I'm just now realizing, though, the whole thing about how Xehanort always tries to mark his prey with the X's. It's like a
Oh
mark of the
yeah,
beast
you're
kind of
right.
situation almost. Or if not, just trying to mark it with something unholy. And because of that,
True.
it almost messed with Sora to where he almost freaking got taken over in Dream Drop Distance. And Riku is
Yeah.
the only one who actually ends up freaking getting through in the end and actually survives and gets to be a master. And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, congrats for him at least, if only because he freaking clearly was also so heartbroken in retrospect, clearly at how much he messed up in the first game, that he just looked back at it so many times and he's clearly like, I just can't forgive myself. I messed up so hardcore.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to face everyone?
Hmm.
All for Sora to be all like this.
Oh. Oh yeah. How am I gonna face everyone like this? Freaking Riku laughed.
Uh,
Yeah.
moments like that freaking made Kingdom Hearts also nice during hard times too. Gotta say, even though sometimes it's
Yeah.
a bit weird, it was still really funny sometimes.
Yeah. They knew how to make us laugh as well as they knew how to make us cry.
Yeah, that is for sure. And
Yeah.
and then in Kingdom Hearts uh, Key, I guess we could just call it because it started out as Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts Key. Um, that's basically the timeline of all the freaking past stuff that happens before going to
Yeah.
sleep, down to even what Xehanort went through. To even
Pretty much.
in the original Kingdom Hearts Key, the one that was released in Japan only, it showed the war itself. And you're seeing
Oh,
your character actually go through the war, and he's just like, why do I have to do this? I'm literally fighting my friends.
mm,
Freaking, it was a heartbreaking story in that game for sure. I just wished that it
yeah.
was actually more of like a real MMO or a real co-op JRPG action game, you know?
True.
Because I would
Yeah.
have
Sorry, I'm
loved
not.
it being like Kingdom Hearts 2, but online, and like I could play
That
that
would
with
be
my
cool.
friends. Oh, it'd be fucking on, dude. It would be fucking on. right then and there.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just also from how much I wished that there could have been something like a co-op Kingdom Hearts. But the
Yeah.
only thing we got close to that was on the handheld stuff that you don't even get to play co-op till you have people nearby with their own systems and copies of the game, you know?
Yeah.
The only one I ever got to try out actually was 358 over 2 days.
Oh,
And
I see.
for being the only one that I did get to try out multiplayer, yes, it is so much fun to play multiplayer. Especially because you can actually, if you know what you're doing, you can even set up full on PvP matches where
Yeah.
you're playing against the other player, playing whatever character they want to be. And
Hmm. Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
was really fun to play it
Yeah.
multiplayer, both co-op and competitively.
Yeah.
That being said, however, uh, so with Kingdom Hearts 3, or well, actually, I'm just now realizing when it comes to the stuff in the past with Kingdom Hearts Key and the Keyblade War and all that. If anything, it kind
Yeah.
of reminds me of how in later years the Jewish reign freaking literally turned on each other, or at least was fighting with each other so hardcore.
Yeah, because it was divided into Israel and Judah because of Rehoboam's reign. Yeah.
And not only that, but specifically too, how how if anything, it's kind of like how freaking um, back then Israel freaking was fighting against Jesus instead of fighting with their Messiah.
Yeah. They yeah,
Because clearly part of the theme too with Kingdom Hearts Key is that all these different characters, which are meant to represent all the different Kingdom Hearts players in the world here, that they were all friends, and that then at the end they were literally freaking like pointing their swords at each other pretty much.
yeah.
Just absolutely ripping each other apart like they just like they forgot that they used to be friends.
Pretty much, yeah. And it reminds me, like, with the the way Kyrie's grandma explained it in Kingdom Hearts 1, like something about the Kingdom Hearts was like pure light, but people all wanted the light for themselves, and that's what started the Keyblade War.
And
Basically,
and as I'm
it
actually thinking about that, I'm actually thinking
yeah.
about um how it's like freaking the apple of Eden, and how it freaking gave
Sorta, yeah.
us all of that knowledge that we never were supposed to have.
Yeah.
Down to
Um,
where the minute that Adam and Eve ate their apples, they realized they were naked.
yeah. And then that's when, yeah.
And that's when freaking God had his put his foot down.
Yeah, and then they had, of course, children, and then, you know, Cain killed Abel because he was jealous because Abel had a better because God accepted Abel's sacrifice rather than his, and then that started the whole violence.
And not to mention specifically too the whole apple of Eden thing and the knowledge of good and evil, because the whole thing was how freaking Satan was also saying you'll be like gods.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's kind of like how in Kingdom Hearts the whole thing with the light and how everyone loved the light but they couldn't freaking share it.
Yeah.
And not only could they
Yeah.
not share it, but they literally ended up fighting over it.
Pretty much, yeah. And
To where
yeah.
literally freaking we screwed things up with God, our loving God, who, if it wasn't for that, he'd be with us probably to this day. And we'd be probably
Yeah.
just freaking, casually seeing God going, oh, hey, God, doing all right? Cool. And just, like having casual conversations with him, giving him hugs, shaking his hand, learning from him directly.
Yeah. And then yeah.
And then
It's yeah.
Because literally the freaking the desire to be like gods or to have the light to yourself, you could say, was
Yeah.
to freaking get us all to freaking fight against each other.
Yeah. And
it really is
especially
when you think about it, it really is what happened.
Yeah.
We loved the light. We loved God, our light, our shining light. But we were all jealous. To where we freaking all claimed throughout time, oh, I'm actually a god, when we're probably nothing of the sort. Because I guarantee you that's how freaking Greek and Roman mythology happened. Was all those freaking humans during the time that happened, we're all trying to freaking go, no, I'm God, no, I'm God, no, I'm God.
Yeah, and then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, it really is actually a little too close. Actually, it's kind of creepy when I think about it.
Huh. You're right. And another thing I can allude to is like, when God gave his law to the Israelites about like wanting the light for themselves. I believe that like the whole some of the Jews probably got too religious, and like, for example, when they like one of the things God talks about through one of the prophets is like how priests were, or how people were like just turning others away. Like, for example, like depart ye, it is unclean, depart. Like,
Right.
like I'm not going to make myself unclean for you, that type of
Right.
thing.
Yeah, stuff like that really.
Yeah.
In retrospect, when it comes to how much we've had our struggle with sin and all that, thing is, it is important that we not only understand that sin is sin, but that we need to stop doing it. However,
Yeah.
it is also dangerous, as it sounds like AI could potentially try and turn the gospel into something that is not serious about these things like sin. To where no one's going to actually truly 100% realize what they'd be going into hell for till it's too late, probably, because they don't think that it's sin, because their version of this translation that's created through AI crap was boiling it down into just it's just whatever. Like,
Yeah.
for as much as I struggle with sin, it really is one of the most dangerous things, probably, to just have that kind of attitude of just it's whatever. Because clearly we're supposed
Yeah.
to, at the very least, not only know that sin is dangerous, but to actually try and change our lives for the better for it. For getting rid of sin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And specifically man, with what's going on in Kingdom Hearts, we also specifically see Sora almost actually fall to the darkness in Dream Drop Distance, and it's why he doesn't end up getting the title of Master.
Yeah.
Which I only felt a little unfair because, he really was trying his ass off, clearly.
Yeah, yeah, especially um
But if anything,
especially if
it
you
was nice for Riku,
yeah,
because if anything, it was quite the redemption for Riku and his story.
yeah,
If anything, freaking, it would be like a fucking testimony for a Christian. That you go from someone
yeah,
who was so deep in sin or darkness that
yeah,
he thought, oh, I'm too powerful. It won't freaking swallow me whole. And then
yeah,
it does, and you end up getting possessed.
yeah. And then like it does remind me though of going back to Kingdom Hearts 1 where he says the door is open, Sora, now we can go to the outside world. And then he reaches out his hand and then the darkness starts to swallow him, and then Sora tries to reach out for him.
Yeah.
And then you see the light, and then he has the Keyblade.
It's like the Keyblade is meant to represent something like freaking the biblical truth, and like how you have that power against the likes of the fallen angels and the demons. That you
Yeah,
have the one thing
and
that will actually slay them.
yeah, true. And it is quite interesting that the name they chose for the theme playing is called Night of Fate.
Man, that used to be one of my favorite battle themes in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's one of the best battle themes in my opinion.
Let's be real, though, there's a lot in Kingdom Hearts. That's just amazing battle themes.
Yeah, yeah, they, yeah,
And then Kingdom Hearts 3, we see Sora being so selfless that he goes out of his way to literally save Kairi in the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
yeah, true.
Despite
And then
how it took him so long to figure out how he was going to save everyone. And he was so worried because he's like, how am I going to save everyone?
yeah,
And freaking, he was crying near the end. Freaking
yeah,
thinking that it's all over. And freaking
uh,
Riku didn't give up on him.
yeah.
He's
He's
like trying to
like,
help him.
Sora, you don't believe that. I know you don't. Yeah.
And damn sure freaking made the ending pretty engaging in that regard. The only thing that
Yeah.
I just wasn't engaged with still is the mistranslation of Xehanort's motives in Kingdom Hearts 3. Because
Yeah.
apparently it was mistranslated, and when you actually retranslate it, you see that it's not what they claimed at all. They
Yeah.
said that it was more about him freaking wanting to just that darkness was like that he finally saw that darkness was like too much for him and that he should have never given into it or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like, uh, I mean, drawing it to a Christian theme, I guess you could say it's kind of like maybe a legalistic perspective, like I have to work my way back by getting the light myself.
Right.
Uh, yeah, and it's interesting as well that the world inside Kingdom Hearts he called Scala ad Caelum, which means ladder to heaven if you translate it from Latin,
I
or ladder to the sky. Yeah.
Yeah, that wow. Not to mention
Yeah, I
too
mean,
though, it
yeah.
sounded like Skull Ad Kylum was almost talked about at one point, like it was where him and Ericus grew up or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right.
And that was part of why Skull Ad Kylum showed up the way it did.
Yeah. Um I was originally sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was originally gonna allude it to, the part from Genesis where they thought they were gonna be able to build a tower all the way up to heaven. The Tower of Babel. But yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
One of the worst
Which I
decisions
mean
ever.
that too, honestly. But yeah.
But specifically though, I won't lie because of the whole Tower of Babel thing that's going on there. It makes me really want to see the likes of Atlantis: The Lost Empire in Kingdom Hearts coming up. If we're to still get Kingdom Hearts before things get really bad, the last one, or at least what I would
Yeah.
hope would be the last one finally. Like, I would love it if they added in the likes of specifically Atlantis Lost Empire, which was always one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. Did you ever see that one?
I don't think I have, but you have showed me the trailer before.
Okay, so you've at least seen the trailer.
Yes.
It was inspired by Indiana Jones and other adventure movies like that. And if anything, I'd say it was a amazing. It was an amazing way to make a story like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially because there was just so many great actors in the entire thing too. And the first thing you see in the story is specifically you see the likes of Atlantis all those years ago, and you specifically see them when they're causing their own flood because they're using their own technology to try and freaking cause destruction. It looked like they freaking practically tried to make a nuclear warhead out of their crystal technology or whatever.
Huh.
And they're literally causing a huge tsunami on Atlantis to where Atlantis disappeared under the sea due to it.
Hmm.
And what does that sound like?
Mm,
Noah's Ark.
no, yeah, that is, yeah. So, but yeah.
And specifically, too, I feel like the whole Atlantis storyline is also very similar to Babylon as well.
Sorta, yeah.
Due to how they sinned so damn much that they were going to be thrown under the ocean over it. And specifically, they clear like they actually described the what's the word I'm looking for here? The language that the Atlanteans used in that movie as if something like the Tower of Babel, because it was like a mishmash of all these different languages all at once. And through it, somehow
Yeah.
they were able to speak English, French, German, Italian, this, that, and the other, all at once.
Yeah.
And through it, they end up freaking seeing just what a trip that can be as well. As when they first show up and they find Atlantis in the movie, they end up freaking coming across the Atlantean people, and he and the main character Milo, who's played by Michael J. Fox, one of my favorite actors. He basically ends up being their translator to try and help them help his team who found Atlantis actually make peace and, you know, get to enjoy what it's like for a moment. And
Yeah.
and through it, eventually he says "Parlez-vous français?" and they respond "Oui, monsieur." And one of the characters who happens to speak French is all, oh, "They speak my language."
Yeah.
So it's quite literally something kind of almost like the whole Tower of Babel situation with Atlantis there. Because
Yeah.
it's like all of the languages that the world is made up of now was originally one language, and it was what the Atlanteans used in this story.
Yeah.
It's a trip, dude. It is
Yeah,
genuinely a
that
trip. Especially, and you combine that with also, like I said, the reference to Noah's Ark, and
mhm.
it's pretty biblical, that movie alone, to where
Yeah.
it makes it a very engaging Disney film overall, to where I'm kind
Yeah.
of surprised people don't talk about that one more. And it would be amazing to see it in Kingdom Hearts, because it would be a trip of a world in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the art style was designed by Mike Mignola, who is known for being the creator of the comic book series called Hellboy.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever interacted with Hellboy, like the 2 live action movies or the 2 animated movies, but they're definitely a trip too.
Yeah.
It's just also very creepy because you can tell that the main character is meant to be literally a demon,
Yeah.
but that there's this whole idea that he's this guy taking out all these other demons.
Yeah.
With this team that are specifically designed to take out the demons. like almost like
Hmm.
a freaking Ghost Hunters, but a lot more seriously.
Yeah.
So it has a very similar art style with Atlantis: The Lost Empire specifically, and it makes it look very. It looks gorgeous with its art style, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'll copy image. I mean, at least I think it's a good looking art style.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing too with how the Atlanteans they worship crystals or whatever. Or it's like a power source to them. The crystals,
Yeah.
to where they use it in their discovering things like vehicles that used to exist back then with Atlantis.
Yeah, that
It
makes sense.
it's a trip of a story overall, to where it is genuinely something I'm gonna probably have to sit you down and watch at some point.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it with you.
Especially as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I have a feeling that by the end of it, you'd be like, "Yeah, I want this in Kingdom Hearts 4."
Yeah. I mean, I could see how something like that would like very much work. It's
It also had an amazing cast. I already mentioned Michael J. Fox, um, the doctor who's a black guy in the story. He's I
yeah.
hear people talk about that actor as someone who was known for Seinfeld as a doctor on that show.
Oh yeah, Seinfeld. Yeah.
And personally, though, my favorite is probably Vincenzo Swinolini, the
Yeah.
explosives expert.
Yeah. Hey, look, I made a bridge.
Hey, look, I made a bridge. It only took me what, 10 minutes, or 10 seconds, 11 tops. He
Yeah.
really is just like such a funny character. To where he was
Mm.
like one of my favorite Disney characters growing up, I'd say. I'm kind of
Yeah.
surprised he ain't talked about more, if only because it is especially very funny near the end when this volcano is starting to erupt, and
Yeah.
and someone's all, "The volcano, she awakes," and he's just all, "Hey, I had nothing to do with this," and he has a freaking stick of lit dynamite in his hand. And he immediately puts it out as he realizes, "Oh, my bad."
That's hilarious.
He really was just such a funny character. Uh, and what's only a bummer too is that it almost became a show as well, actually,
Hmm.
called Team Atlantis, where they would then go out of their way to literally explore the world and discover just how much of literal Atlantean history is all over the world. That,
Hmm.
like, all these different cultures somehow were connected to Atlantis.
Yeah.
And it only came out as a straight to DVD movie called Milo Returns. And usually
Hmm.
with straight to DVD movies, they like cut the voice actors most people like and all that stuff usually. So it makes it a little bit
Yeah.
hard to like it quite as much as the actual movie usually. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Point is though, easily I feel like would be great in Kingdom Hearts, but also just the biblical themes behind it is a trip.
Yeah.
And if there is one other that I would point to that has some trippy biblical themes too, it's specifically Tron.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Tron, the original or
I have not
Legacy?
seen the movie.
You've not seen it.
Yeah, no.
Whew. So the whole story is this guy who basically made this company super successful with this game that he developed. But someone literally ends up freaking stealing the credit for the game on him and literally hides the evidence and ends up becoming the leader of the company.
Hmm.
And the main character, who was the original developer, he's actively trying to secretly hack into the database of his old company to try and find the proof that he really was the creator of the game.
Yeah.
But through trying to hack in multiple times, he then finds out that they also have what's called the Master Control Program, the MCP.
Yeah, MCP. Yeah.
And you remember that from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
literally, it was an AI that the freaking villain of the movie made up for the sake of literally stealing he said he made it up as just an AI for chess, and that the
Oh.
AI just grew too smart for him eventually, down to where the AI is literally admitting to him, "Oh, I'm just hacking into military servers and getting access to the control for missiles and shit." And he's just all,
Oh my.
I didn't agree to be a part of this. Too bad. You're a part of it.
Hmm.
It was a fucking gnarly movie, actually. To where definitely, as especially a modern day kid, you could look back at the original Tron and Tron Legacy and understand it perfectly fine.
Hmm.
And not only that, but I'd say it is genuinely such a trip of a movie, especially because, from my understanding, the creator of Tron, the original movie, he actually was biblically inspired with that movie, and he said so in the documentary behind the scenes for that movie. He talks about how he really did get biblically inspired for it.
Yeah.
Down to how then you end up going into the world of the computer where you're now a fucking program, and literally freaking everyone in there are just a bunch of programs who are being freaking ran and abused by the MCP. And specifically, how the programs treat their programmers as their gods.
Oh yeah.
Biblical.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Tron wouldn't treat his program as if he was his god, for example.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean that's kind of, I mean, in a way that's kind of biblical too, because especially the MCP, just referring to them as users and, you know, not doing what they want.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Because the MCP thinks it can control the world. down to, like I
Yeah.
said, how it literally freaking went against its creator's wishes, and freaking was all, oh, I'm just gonna freaking hack into military servers and take over the world. Too bad, you're a part of this. So just sit there and just be my bitch.
But yeah.
It's freaking creepy right there. And when the main character, who's the programmer of the game that the story is centered around, he when he gets put into the computer, like
Hmm.
it looks so trippy even still, dude. Because
Yeah.
because it really is so trippy looking still. And the main character is just all, this ain't happening, as he's realizing that he got put inside the computer. And then slowly
Yeah.
but
True.
surely he realizes he has freaking messiah powers in the program. And he's literally able to freaking just mess with the world as he pleases.
True. True. Yeah.
Down to where he's like freaking building and rebuilding stuff as he sees fit in order to help him out, and even how one of the freaking programs that is fighting with him to help him escape alongside him ends up getting killed, but he's like, just tell me, are you the Messiah? And he's all, yeah,
uh,
I am. And he's just in tears and just tears because he realizes that it isn't the end, despite how it was the end for that program.
hmm.
And it was just such a beautiful story just with stuff like that alone. I
Hmm.
promise you, Josh, the minute you
Huh?
freaking would look at the likes of Tron, you'd trip at how trippy it is.
Yeah. I actually have access to watch it because I have my friend's Disney Plus account.
Oh, I actually ended up buying a digital copy on iTunes, so I could
Yeah.
also freaking stream it to you, and we could maybe do a watch party if you want.
I mean, yeah, if you want to watch it together, we can do that.
I just thought I'd throw it out there, you know, because
Yeah.
honestly, Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for bringing me and Josh together as good friends. In the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you for this wonderful friendship that has blossomed here. And we ask that you continue to guide us through these perilous times, especially so that we serve you and serve you well, Heavenly Father. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray, amen.
Amen.
And thing is, too, I also got the sequel Tron Legacy, which is my personal favorite. Uh,
Yeah.
it also got very popular due to the fact that its music, the soundtrack, was made by Daft Punk. And I don't know if you're familiar with Daft
Yeah.
Punk. You are?
I've heard of them, and
Well,
yeah.
they're known for this anime movie called Interstellar 5555, where it's like this story of these aliens getting abducted after they were just kind of like some of the biggest musician stars in an intergalactic place where they lived. And then some guy literally fucking kidnaps them and literally fucking changes their identity to where he literally turns them into humans.
Mm.
And then through turning them into humans, he also tries to brainwash them so that they are just his puppets. And that slowly but surely they end up actually breaking free and actually pushing back away from the guy. It's a trip of a movie. Interstellar 555. Well, 5,
Yeah.
5,555. Yeah. Interstellar 5,555. It used to be on Toonami specifically.
Mm. Yeah.
But
That makes
it's
sense.
it's like a giant music video for Daft Punk and their music. And their music is kind of something that I guess I would say probably inspired a lot of dubstep. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hmm.
Because their music is very similar to dubstep, I want to say, personally speaking.
Yeah.
It's just it's not quite as hardcore. Sometimes I'd say it's still really good though. Like their music is so catchy that you'd probably end up dancing to every single song on that movie alone, guaranteed. Like no joke.
Yeah.
The first song is called One More Time, and it's like one of the most catchy songs ever.
Yeah.
One more time. I'll send the link to you, and specifically to in it is also clips from Interstellar 555, the opening of it. So
Huh.
literally, you could at least to some degree watch the movie that way for free.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very engaging soundtrack with Interstellar 555 with that song alone at the very least is really catchy, but really all of them can be catchy. But then you also specifically go to the soundtrack for Tron Legacy, and it's just so damn good.
Hmm.
Specifically, freaking just also just as catchy. To where I'm not pumped about what it seems to be going on with the new Tron, if only because the new Tron that's at least going to eventually come is supposedly a it's not being uh there's something about specifically the likes of the actors who played a lot of the characters since the very first movie. They just are ditching it, which can't ever really be a good sign, to be fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because usually when that happens, it's because it ain't gonna end well.
Hmm.
So, freaking genuinely though, it is like one of the most engaging movie soundtracks I've ever listened to with Tron Legacy, and it's another part of why definitely you'll wanna give both of them a shot because they really are good. And
True.
what's also nice about the likes of the character of Tron himself, ever since the original movie, he was actually played by the guy who voiced his character originally, or played his character originally. Like, even in Kingdom Hearts, he actually reprised the role and freaking did it, and his freaking kids played the game, and they're all, "Hey, Dad, look, it's you on Kingdom Hearts 2. Look at how cool you are."
Oh.
Right? Freaking just warmed my heart when I heard that. And damn sure, I really do think that it would be an engaging movie for you too, especially because of the biblical themes.
Yeah. Like I said, I have um I'm able to watch them. So
All right. Well, I'm
yeah.
glad that we'll do that after we're done with our thing here, because um,
Yeah, I mean,
the only thing is that we wouldn't want to record it on this because of the fact that it's
right. Yeah.
like
I'm sure.
because it's already kind of pushing it, just using whatever music we wanna hear. But
Yeah, I understand.
that's just how I kind of feel at this point. I don't really care about really the likes of I don't really care about getting the copyright strikes against certain videos, so long as it isn't going to freaking take down the videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, though I mean it really is. And also, I actually got to mention this to you too. There's also two Tron games,
Oh, yeah.
and they're pretty damn good too. I'd have to say. The first one is called Tron 2.0, and it's a first-person shooter for PC and Xbox original. There's a chance that it could be on the uh, newer Xbox consoles via backwards compatible, but I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Yeah.
That being said, the other one is called Tron Evolution, and it's a tie-in to Tron Legacy, the movie, and it's on PS3 and Xbox 360. And while there are versions on other consoles, those versions are extremely stripped down. There's nothing of a narrative to really enjoy with it, sadly. So really, if you wanted to check it out, you'd have to make sure that it's on PS3 or 360.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
on PC they have the whole thing that at the time happened with games, the whole Windows for Live service.
Hmm.
Do you
Yeah.
remember hearing about that?
Uh,
It was basically a way of trying to basically it was like a way of how do I put it a way of trying to withhold people's abilities of just pirating it. It's an
yeah.
anti-piracy measure. That being said, though, it sucks because not just any game you can get around with it on, or at the very least, I haven't been able to. But maybe that it would change one day. Point is, Tron even has some great games too, and overall, I'd say it's actually a good time. At least what I've played so far
Yeah.
of Tron Evolution has been really engaging. And then there's also a show called Tron Uprising that was on Disney XD for a short time, and that was
Yeah, it's
also a prequel.
yeah, that show's also on Disney Plus.
You will want to watch that for sure too, guaranteed, buddy.
Yeah, you said it's a prequel to all of it.
Not all of it. It's a prequel to Legacy as well. Just
Oh,
like
okay,
how
okay.
Evolution is a prequel game to Legacy.
So got it. Tron, then Uprising, then Legacy, then the new one.
And the new one is called Ares, and
Ares, yeah.
and it don't seem like it's going to end up being good, sadly, if only because of especially the fact that you have the title character's actor choosing to not come back. And when he's willing to
Mm,
come back in Kingdom Hearts and is more than happy to do it, but he's not going to do that, yeah, something's up there, guaranteed. I mean,
yeah.
could you blame me for thinking that?
Um,
Especially with how Disney is nowadays, you know what I mean? It's kind of the only thing that I'm at some point a little bit hesitant and cautious about is that Kingdom Hearts could someday maybe get Disney pushing the LGBTQ shit onto it by force.
yeah.
Like, next thing you know, we're gonna freaking see actual freaking kissing between Sora and Riku or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
God forbid, but yeah.
Yeah, God forbid is right. Because
Yeah.
I'd rather see a nice and wholesome romance between like Sora and Kairi, for example, or Roxas and Shion, or Naminé and
Nominee.
uh, Riku. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could
Because
see
if
that
anything,
happening.
I think that that it would be that it would come off wholesome, that it would also come off very nice to like it would warm your heart to see if they actually got along that well after everything happened in Kingdom Hearts 3, that they actually start to, you know, become relationships.
Yeah. I would love to see that. That would be very satisfying.
It would be a satisfying end easily.
Yeah, like yeah.
Man. Well, I guess we kind of are at the tail end here, especially because there's the other thing too is that I don't have I mean I have the likes of Melody of Memory. I just haven't played it yet personally.
Yeah, Melody of Memory is interesting. I'll say that much.
I mean, it at least looks fun.
Yeah, it
Especially
is
since I
fun.
always liked the music for the series, it seems like it'll be a fine enough game for me.
Yeah. Um there were a couple of pretty challenging songs though, but yeah.
Let's
For
be real though,
example,
there probably is always going to be challenging songs in rhythm games.
yeah, especially the old friends, old enemies, definitely the Timeless River battle theme. That one took me a few tries. Um and let's see. Frick. What was the one with um yeah. Rage Awakened is in there too, and it's actually challenging.
Lovely,
But
especially after it was already such a challenging boss fight it belonged to.
it's true.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess if there was something to end this on, I'm thinking I'll end this stream on a song here, but I think it needs to be something special, especially because
Mhm.
the thing is, like, like whether I'm struggling specifically over the likes of Sin or not. Specifically, I won't lie, I'm just anxious for what's upcoming, buddy, and definitely
Right.
definitely I don't want that to also scare people away who are open to be Christians, because For those who are listening to this, either now or in the future, you guys need to know this much. That regardless of the anxiety over this, this is something to trust Jesus over for a reason. And it's worth it. Even if it is quite the struggle, it is going to be worth it, guaranteed. And I truly mean that. I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
in the end, I just am still sometimes kind of just tripping out at the fact that I am still realizing that the Holy Bible even was history to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially because when it comes to the love that God truly does have for us, people are too caught up with how much God has said, this is sin, this is sin, this is sin, this is sin, and is trying to tell us we need to change this, or this, or this.
Yeah.
Because some people don't want to freaking even give the biblical truth a shot when they are, for example, homosexual. You know what I mean? Because they feel like that's just God being this extremely judgmental God or something like that. When in reality, God loves us. He really does. And I can only imagine how much it must hurt to be in his position. Seeing something that he put so much love and work and care into with this world being messed with so hardcore by the fallen angels makes me want to give God a hug, because I can only imagine how much that has to hurt when you made this amazing world here.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think I found what'll be probably the perfect song to end this out on. This is a song that I'm gonna say is probably one of my favorite songs in the likes of in the likes of Linkin Park specifically. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington, because I'm bummed that guy is gone, because I really loved and appreciated Linkin Park growing up. I don't know if you grew up on their music personally or not, but
yeah, I've heard of a couple, at least a couple of his songs.
Well, for those who just feel like there is nowhere for them to belong, you need to know now, while there is still time, that there is somewhere you belong. And it is heaven, up there with Jesus Christ and God. Because Jesus also loved us so damn much to die on the cross for our sins. For all our sins. And because of that, heaven is where we belong. It is somewhere I belong.
Yeah.
I had nothing to say, and I'd get lost in the nothingness inside me. And I let it all out to find that I'm not the only person with these things in mind. But all of me can see the words revealed is the only real thing that I've got left to feel. Just stuck, hollow and alone, and the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm close to something real. I wanna find something I wanted all along, somewhere I belong. And I've got nothing to say. I can't believe I didn't fall right down on my face. I was confused, looking everywhere, only to find that it's not the way I had imagined it all in my mind. So what do I have but negativity? Cause I can't justify the way everyone is looking at me. Nothing to gain, hollow and alone, and the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm close to something real. I wanna find something I wanted all along, somewhere I belong. I will never know myself until I do this on my own, and I will never feel anything else until my wounds are healed. I will never fade anything till I break away from me. I will break away, I'll find myself today. I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm close to something real. I wanna find something I wanted all along, somewhere I belong. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm somewhere I belong. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm somewhere I belong. Somewhere I belong.
And thank you all for watching. God bless each and every last one of you and our friends and
Amen.
family. In the mighty name of Jesus we pray.